Is it somebody I don't my call? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to do a reading because a subscriber wanted a reading on SZA, and just recently SZA had released a collaboration with Doechii. Congratulations, congratulations. This is the way I see it, a continuation and long overdue of another collaboration because they had collaborated back 3 years ago with Persuasion, which when I listened to it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this song. I just never seen the music video, nor did I know it was either Doechii or SZA, actually. So because of that, that shows you how they have grown in name since 3 years ago. So with that being said, at least in my name, because I became aware of both of them around the same time. And of course, SZA I'm not going to say that she has bloomed in popularity because of Kendrick Lamar, but being on tour with Kendrick Lamar while he was pretty much at his peak because of They Not Like Us, yeah, I'm glad you was able to take SZA along with you along the journey as well. So congratulations to them and their long-term friendship as well that they've had. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading that I'm getting ready to do on SZA. There wasn't much information on her that I could find other than she just did a fundraiser for Sudan alongside of other artists. So there's not much out there about what she's doing. Let me double check. Does she have an album that's supposed to be coming out this year? Let's see. No, there's no album coming out this year. I remember looking it up. However, what has inspired me and wondering about this reading, and thank you to the person who asked for a reading on SZA, I'm curious, where is SZA's mental and how is she? Because she has her deluxe album, SOX Deluxe Luna, is a recall or a throwback to her name, Soluna. So I don't know. But because of it, we have the soul, which kind of reminds me of the SOS, and then the Luna, which is the SOS Deluxe Luna, but Lana, Solana, I don't know, something like that. Do not quote me. I apologize if I mess it up. But because of that, this album, because of that, I realized, well, what does this album have to do? What is the meaning of it, since this was the last album that she did, and I'm getting ready to do a reading on her. What was her last musical inspiration where was her mind frame set at? And it was all about her growth, her spirituality, coming to her identity, kind of like a coming of age album. So because of that, I'm going to be doing a reading on SZA with that kind of mindset in mind, seeing how's her life, how she's doing right now, what has she been doing since she's gotten off tour with Kendrick after all. I don't think there's supposed to be a tour for 2026, so because the tour that she did before she was on tour with Kendrick Lamar was for her SOS Lana album. So because of that, I'm quite curious what is SZA up to? SZA. How is SZA? Yes. Okay. So the first card to come out is the Two of Wands. Very fitting. I like that. The Ten of Swords. The Three of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups. Let's just see the outside influences because I can't wait. Karma or Judgment. Oof. Okay, the Magician. The Ace of Wands. Okay. And the Page of Cups. Wow, you saw the wide range of emotions that I went through pulling out those cards. So what do I see with SZA that's going on with her right now? Well, first off, the first card to represent her is the Two of Wands. And it's all about expansion and looking out what is before you, the vast, and because it's wands and it's about creativity and it's also about the passion and drive that she has. I see that she's looking out at the endless possibilities and opportunities that are open to her at this very moment. And well, no, she may have accepted them, or she isn't doing as much as she has been. She's just kind of taking a break, looking at the castle. She's returned home. She's back in her comfort, in her safety zone. And now it's looking out to figure out what's the next venture and the next thing that I'm going to do with my career. But seeing here, looking back in the past, sadly, we have the Three of Swords, which I'm quite curious about. Maybe it's curious because I'm curious, what is it here with the Three of Swords with SZA, with her career? Because it was doing great for her. I can't see it going not great for her, or that she could be overcoming a love heartache or a broken heart. I mean, she possibly could have. Let me double check. Let's see if she's in a relationship. Let's see. SZA. Okay, I'll see. Maybe there were some rumors that she could have been dating Shabuzi. So maybe it could be that whatever it is that Shabuzi was bringing into her life, it was bringing in some negative energy. However, we do see that it's not all over because, well, yes, we do see some fairies doing their work. Whatever is being dropped is kind of like parasites. So what I see of it is like a sort of cleansing, a sort of overcoming something. So regardless if she's in a relationship or not, when it comes to SZA and her relationship with herself and her career and just what's going on with her life, she has put a sense of a band-aid and healing over her heart and her emotions, which I could see kind of here showing up back again, like it's something that she's going to be retested with the Page of Cups, because that symbolizes not immaturity, but still growing when it comes to her emotions. And I still see that's a running theme when we come to the future, the Eight of Cups. However, the Eight of Cups always looks like you're missing something, like you're walking away from something incomplete, but you actually walk away complete and whole. The situation didn't take you down. You walked away still fully intact. Yeah, you're a little bit sad, but you're still stronger. Like they say, what kill you doesn't make you stronger. So you walked through it. You have came across the challenges. You're ready to move forward and move on from whatever it was, because you have learned that whatever it was, it doesn't fulfill you. And that's a great way to come from the Three of Swords. So I see that whatever it has been with SZA, whatever it could have been, maybe it could have been her looks, maybe it could be what people have been saying about her, maybe there was some rumors about her in 2025 that was just really getting at her, maybe there were some people that was having beef with her that she had to beef with them back, all those different things. Glorilla was throwing some like side digs at her and stuff like that. So all those different things that was going on with SZA in 2025. She had to learn to shake it off, let it roll with the dust, and let the wind blow it off. Because whatever it is, it's not that heavy to get your, like they say, panties in a twist. Because right here I see the Judgment card, and the Judgment literally symbolizes whatever judgment that befalls upon her for whatever she does, whether she's intentful about it, aware of it or not. It just seems like whatever people were saying about her, and this card specifically says karma. And the way I look at karma is the debt that you accumulate or not accumulate, depending on the actions that you choose to make within your life. It's all about having a clearer, better judgment, a discernment. It's all about having more discernment in your life when you make your judgments in order to look out for your soul. And that's the vibe that I'm getting where SZA is coming from. not just about her career, but yes, it's going to apply to her career too. Because when you make a sort of decision like that, to be more intentful with your decisions, it's going to follow every part of your life, because every part of your life you're going to want to move with intention and not just move haphazardly, because it's not going to serve you well in the end. So you're going to be a little bit more thoughtful with the decisions that you make. And she knows, as the magician, she has the ability to create and manifest anything that she wants, literally. That's what 2025 has taught her, that whatever she wants, whatever she dreams, anything that she thought that she couldn't have, she can have. It's no longer I can't do this, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, nobody's going to really like me. It's a no, they love me. I know I can do it. I know I have a name, and I know that when people say SZA, it has clout behind it now. So because of that, it's that growing of a sense of more confidence within herself, knowing that whatever she does, puts her name to, it's going to mean something. And people are going to listen to it because they love SZA, and not just because, oh, I like that song I heard on the radio, but I don't know who SZA is. Who's SZA? Who's SZA? How do you even pronounce that? So, it was like that for a long period of time, or people would see her face and they'll just be like, who's that girl? And they'll just be like, SZA. And you're like, who's SZA? And then they'll be like, oh, the girl that's saying X, Y, Z. And they'll be like, oh, SZA. That kind of thing. No, it's... So because of that, she had to go through the awkward growing pains and stages of what it was like to be basically a no-name artist. Let's be for real, guys. But they all start from the bottom. Now they're here. So because of that, we see that SZA is growing, and she had to learn that those negative feelings that she feels about herself, it doesn't translate to the physical reality. Like, if you have so many people loving you, why can't you love yourself, kind of thing. So she had to change the outlook and perspective that she had on her own self, because she finally had that support and outside force, or something within her finally clicked, like, oh my God, I am that girl. Get up and get it, girl. Like, whatever the song was that her and Doechii just recently did, because that's exactly the kind of vibes that I'm feeling with the song about you're basically boss queen. You can do your own thing. You don't need to rely on anybody, regardless of love or not. So because of that, go out, get it. You could do it. You have the drive, the determination, the energy, the passion, the love. Just do it. Basically, like Nike said, just do it. That's the kind of vibe that I see SZA has embodied, and it's going to be coming out and showing the way she maneuvers in 2026 moving forward, especially because right now with this Two of Wands, like I said, in this present moment, she's looking at what opportunities are awaiting her for the future, and she's the Nine of Pentacles. Exactly all that I've been saying, knowing your worth, knowing that you are almost fully there. You're not quite the Ten of Pentacles, but that's because the Ten of Swords is something that was weighing down your crown. Like they say, pick up your crown, queen, because it fell. That's how she basically had to become, because this Ten of Swords knocked her out down for the count, just like the Three of Swords says. But together, the karma / judgment and the magician worked together. She worked together through the dark night of the soul, the shadow self, to overcome, because what she wanted more than anything was able to push and drive her to move forward. So now she can finally see that she can achieve anything that she wants. That this isn't that, yeah, she had this tour with Kendrick Lamar, but that's just not the end of her story. She has more to offer. Kendrick Lamar and everybody else they had on the tour could have taught her something along the way about herself, about music, about performing, about getting into character, performing, captivating an audience. And all of those things could have been point takers that she took for herself, and she's going to apply for herself. You don't know what they talk about behind scenes when they're on tours, on travel buses, eating, rehearsing. They could have some really deep conversations and getting to know each other and get different outlooks and perspectives from different people when you get opened up to experiences and different in different cultures and stuff like that, and just different. Yeah, when you get open up to different cultures, you get to open up to different people and different cultures and different mindsets. So all those different things start to sculpt how you're able to think and move in your life. And that's exactly what I see SZA is taking forward from here. Whatever the tour of Kendrick Lamar, whatever 2025 has brought her, she's now going to use that, morph it, and now run with it for 2026 in the near coming future. And that's exactly what I see here moving forward to this Ace of Wands. Her creative drive, her creative passion, the dreams, the visions that she has, they're not done. They're only going to expand and grow, get bigger from here. She's not done. And like I said, she felt as though, because that was during a time and period when she wasn't self-confident within herself. So now to return when she has this sense of full confidentiality, full confidence in herself that she once didn't have before. And yeah, her album was her exploring those emotions, but now that she's finally had time to work it out and really have years to work with this type of energy and mindset, she's starting to see that what she once used to reminisce on and ruminate on and be sad about were the things that were holding her back. And that now that she has finally let it go and move forward, and she has accomplished greater and grander things, those little things in the past seem like what do they call it? Minuscule things to the things that she's accomplished now. So because of that, she's appreciative of where she has grown and where she has came from within just the last year, within the last 12 months, within the last 365 days. So because of that, we see here the Page of Cups. It's very emotional for her. I don't want to say it's overwhelming, but it's emotional, but overwhelming in the sense that when it comes to her emotions and everything that is going on, yes, this is what she's wanted, but it's like living your reality. Your reality is finally here. You kind of have imposter syndrome. So now that you've mastered your imposter syndrome and you're finally getting to reap the benefits and joys of what you've worked for and been working for and living, but you just didn't have the time to, you didn't have the mentality to appreciate what you worked for. Now it's like looking back at awe, at wow, this is what I can accomplish when I want to do something, when I put my energy into it. So let's just see here. 3 cards for SZA. We have a door, love, cold, okay, and a spiritual fog. Just because, why not a 4th one? I really love that. I really do love that. It's like a sandwich. We have the door, which symbolizes going through a transitional period. Exactly what I said this 8 of Cups was for her. But however, the cold is accompanied by the fog. And I say they go hand in hand because when it's cold, it's restrictive. You really don't want to do things. You're really more recluse into yourself. And when it's cold, things really don't get done because things are at a halt or really slow pacing moving. And that could be something that she's wanting to do at this very time. Take it slow. Take it slow. Put it down on me. But the thing is, she's taking it slow. Now that she's off a break, she's not jumping right into an album, releasing an album, getting into another tour and doing all these performances. Yeah, she'll do some fundraisers here and there. Yeah, she'll show up for interviews and award ceremonies. But it's award season. This is a time to kind of take a break and enjoy your benefits because the cold is exactly the season that we're going through. We're in winter. When it's winter, it's cold. Things are kind of dying out. It's a time to rest, rejuvenate, hibernate, and get prepared for the next season, which is very perfect. And that's exactly why I said it's accompanied by the spiritual fog, which is all about being unclear spiritually where you're going forward. And yeah, she's had some spiritual breakthroughs, but when you're going through spiritual breakthroughs, Dark Night of the Souls, and you're on a spiritual journey, it's all about ups and downs. You're going to get confused and lost along the way. However, this fog is something that she's working to clear through, and she's getting through. Now that she's able to notice that there is a fog and able to get out of this confusion, this state of groping around trying to figure out my way because she didn't have the faith and belief within herself. We see here in the future is the lemniscus, or the infinity symbol, literally right here, what is on the magician, above the magician's head. I wish you guys could see that. Right above the magician's head, the lemniscus. And that's exactly what we see here in her future, is the infinities. Exactly what I said here with the two of wands. There's infinite possibilities open up to her right now. And that's exactly why in this present moment, she doesn't want to jump too fast and be too hasty with decisions. Because she knows what it's like to do those kinds of things. Maybe it's signing contracts in the industry. Maybe it's giving of herself too soon when she wasn't fully knowing of herself. And now that she knows who she is, she's not just going to allow anybody to take the reins, the controls of her career. She's going to put more of herself into her energy, into her music career. But all that to be said, that's the energy that I'm getting with SZA and what I'm getting and picking up from her. I hope you enjoyed this reading on her. I sure did. It was really inspiring, and I'm glad SZA's in this place where she's not in the beginning stages of figuring herself out, but in the middle stages of figuring herself out, which is starting to get a routine, starting to get acclimated, starting to figure out, I don't like this, I like that. And then when she moves into the end stages of finding herself, that's where she's really going to start solidifying more things. And then where she's going to get more set into her ways of, that I know this works for me. But right now it's let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Once you start picking off things little by little, you start getting down to the little bit that's truly meaningful for you. And that's exactly what I see that SZA's going through within her life, finding the things that are truly meaningful to her and standing, and allowing that to carry her through. So knowing your core self, knowing who you are, and never losing sight of that. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. It was really good on SZA. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Please and thank you. And spread those beautiful sunflower seeds for people out there like SZA that are trying to find themselves. But just because this earth and world needs it for the new year going forward, let's plant great seeds for the winter. So that way when it's summer and fall and it's time to reap our harvests, we reap good intentions. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you to the person that requested a reading on SZA. I really enjoyed this reading. Hopefully you did too. And if you guys did, please leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up and hype it up for such a positive self message for SZA. With that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.